Hello, welcome to another episode of Catholic Reboot. During this time of Lent, when today is Passion Sunday, and then a week from now, we're going to have Palm Sunday and then Christ's Holy Passion and Death, the one thing that we really have to embrace is for the next 2 weeks, we have to put this big sign on our refrigerator that says forgiveness, right? Because even on Passion Sunday, where Christ was being somewhat attacked by the Jews for being complicit with the devil or being a Samaritan, and they're sending all these lies against him in the crowd, and Christ was pointing to the truth, he knew he had to hide himself. And he had to take up his passion and death a week later. All right. So what do we do as Catholics? And I know we talk about it a lot, but we really do have to start practicing the act of forgiveness. And we have to completely practice it. It can't be just for some time we do and then we let it go. In addition, today everything is so angry. You turn around, everyone's getting upset. It's getting actually very dangerous. And in some situations, there's almost like harm or physical damage and injury that starts to take place. And if you really look at the root of it, it's this anger and harm and damage is coming out of people's inability to forgive for whatever their view is to forgive, right? So even in the Bible, Matthew 6:14, the main emphasis is forgive. So I think we assume that if we forgive other people, that what they did wrong, in a sense, we're kind of letting them go. They're going to get away with it, and they're going to do it again and again. And you even hear people saying, can't let that stand. You have to do something about it, right? But what we forget is that although we think they're getting away with something and that they're going to go through their life unscathed, we have to leave that up to Christ, right? And what we have to remember is that we are all sinners, right? And we at times may be the one doing actually what we want others to forgive us for, right? So what we do is we're looking for God's mercy and forgiveness. So as Christians, we have to have more than our fair share of persecution. If we want to follow Christ, we need to obey his teaching on forgiveness, specifically. Because if we forgive others and the offenses they commit, how much more will our Heavenly Father forgive us for our offenses, right? And if you can get in the practice of saying, I'm going to forgive, I'm going to forgive, I'm going to forgive, for no other reason that all those things we offended our Father, the more we forgive others, he's going to take into consideration and say, had you not been so forgiving, I probably would not forgive you, right? But if you do not forgive, you do run the risk that our Father isn't going to forgive us. And that's actually listed in Matthew 6:14. So, and I want this episode to be very quick and easy, especially during this time of Lent. The Our Father says the same thing, doesn't it? So it says, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us, right? Now, if we recite that quite a bit, which we should, then we got to start believing what we're reciting, right? And you remember St. Peter asked Jesus about forgiving. He said, Peter came upon him and said, Lord, how often shall my brother offend me, and I forgive him? Till 7 times? And Jesus said to him, I say not to thee till 7 times, but till 70 times 7 times, right? Now, and some people will count it, okay, so how many times is that I have to forgive? Christ's point was just keep forgiving, right? We know that every day we offend God in some way, right? Whether it be through a venial sin or a mortal sin. And daily we may also be offending others. So we have to begin to do daily forgiveness. And when we do that, we stop mounting up all this pain and holdings and stewing in it, because then it almost becomes sinful in itself, right? So those who are terrible to you in actions, words, and especially in this modern day of calumny where everything is said about everybody publicly, even more so, let's mount up all our graces by forgiving even more, right? Let's just focus on what sins we have committed against God and the other people, and leave the punishment of the others to God. Because revenge is not ours to hold, right? Because it, like the Lord said, revenge not yourselves, my dear beloved, but give place unto wrath, for it is written, revenge is mine, and I will repay. So, to kind of sum it up, if we forgive many times, we will be forgiven by God many times. If we are really, really sorry for sins, trying not to commit them again and again after we go to confession, God will endlessly forgive us. There's no amount of times God can refuse the forgiveness, right? He continues to forgive us. So if we believe that, then an amount of time that we put on others, okay? And I don't just mean forgive, I mean really forgive. Put it away, talk to them again, deal with them again, right? I remember I was hurt very, very badly, and I think I've alluded to this in my other episodes under calumny. I was destroyed, right? Both professionally and professionally. And I was hurt in personal ways as well from those very, very close to me that I never thought would do that to me, because I was either with them for a very long period of time and thought I could trust them. But it happens. And the way I reacted, I would say for the first couple years, was out of spite, hating, constantly complaining, not letting it go. And guess who ends up winning in that? The person and persons that did it to me. Because now it took all my energy to hate them. Took all my energy to try to figure out how I could get back at them. And Christ just kind of, could imagine, was looking at me saying, eventually you're going to let it go, and then you're going to come back to me. And guess what? The way you've hurt me, for as far back as I can go in your life, they haven't even gotten a minuscule of the pain and hurt you caused me. So if you offer that up, I'll be there for you. So during this time of Lent, and this comes from me too, we all practice the same way. Let's forgive and move on. And listen to Christ's words. Forgive those who trespass against us. Okay. Have a nice night. God bless.